Hey folks, it's Robert with a video. Just remember I post every Sunday. I'm going to try and get my Wednesday kind of vlog style idea back up and running and a little bit more consistent. It's been tricky the past few weeks. But today I'm going to noodle. And I know a lot of people are against noodling, but I have a different take on it. So, first step to practicing getting better at anything, musically, drawing, writing, running, is doing it, right? So if you have the instrument in your hand, you're going to play it. You're not just going to sit and hold it for an hour, right? You're going to end up playing. So one of two things happens once you have the instrument in your hand. You're either going to play the stuff that's familiar and fun for you, and that's good because it's reinforcing it. You're working on lyrics, you're working on chord changes and strum patterns and groove, or you're going to work on something new. You're going to noodle until you find something new that you like. This is especially important for songwriting. So this past February, while I was doing FOM, I kept ending on this chord, right? So I'm gonna kind of tuck my middle finger out of the way just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm barring first fret, okay, which is a B flat minor 7. Okay, there's other names for it too. Okay, so it could be a a C sharp 6 or a D flat 6. And then I was barring the 3rd fret on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd string, leaving the 4th untouched because your first finger's hitting that, right? So check this out. I kept landing on that for I think I did 3 or 4 different songs, because I had Wherever We Go, that's right, and then Walk You was C minor, okay, and then I was taking that kind of shape and doing all sorts of different things. So here's an idea. I was just noodling literally before I pressed record. So we're calling this an A major 7. Okay? Because here's a G major 7. Alright? So it's just 2nd fret on all 3 strings, leaving your G open. So if you bar that, okay, and then I go up to B flat and G. So I'll leave a card on this video eventually when I get to a computer so I can do it with my lo-fi hip-hop ukulele, which has gotten a lot of traction, and there's still so much more to go with it, but check this idea out. right? And I know I've done a bunch of videos before playing with this major 7 idea. It's the major 7th chord kind of messes up your head, right? It changes the tonality, right? Like, if that works, that's the only place where a major 7 chord works, is the 1 chord of a key. So if you're just kind of planing around, right, you kind of lose it. So it makes for some really interesting songwriting. Now, let's take this to the next step. And by the way, please like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you think of this tutorial. We'll call it a tutorial on major 7th chords and noodling. Also, if you want to hear something like this as just a looped chord progression that you can solo over or something like that, use it as a backing track, let me know. I'm trying to use my SoundCloud account more frequently, so maybe I'll like just have a click track going on in my ear, and I'll do 3 minutes of that, because here's the next step. All right, so I always talk about this. Think about what fingers are free. Now in this, my middle finger can't really do anything. I can't reach over top, right? So the only thing that's really useful is if I do that. That's a cool like passing tone. Right? What about my pinky? That's not, right? It's not great. That one's okay. It's a little hard to get to. Right? So the pinky's hard for that chord. But what's the other thing you can do? You can take stuff away. Which is an idea. So it's giving you these little nuggets. Once you have a chord shape, experiment with it. You could make a tune with just 1 chord. Then, when we get to this open shape, G minor, check it out. It's a 1-finger chord, which means I have middle, ring, pinky, all free to do stuff. So, it's a D note, which is the 5th in a G major 7th. It's also right here. That 2nd fret of the C string. And the A doesn't happen in that chord, but it makes a 9th. So you could do a G9 chord. And there's an E, right? So that is a 6, a G6, which is also that. Right, so I have all these other cool notes. Let me show you this. I'll do like 30 seconds with... I'm going to stay with this G major 7 and just play these different kind of color notes. Could you make a song out of this? 100%, absolutely. So check it out. And again, you hear some notes that are with that kind of tonality I was doing. That note doesn't sound as good, but it could, because that's another major 7 shape. So I've been teaching some of my earliest beginners, and I have a couple like 5, 6, 7-year-old ukulele players that I'm teaching. And I keep hovering around this G6 shape, or the E minor 7 shape, depending on what strings you're playing on. Because it's like James Hill, my hero, one of his favorite chords, and I've talked about that before. But you have that shape, which is just 2, open, 2, open, from first string up to the 4th. And it's so easy. If you're playing and you go, I can't do a G chord yet. Works. So then I say, all right, cool. Do a G, but then get your middle finger down as soon as you can. So form it with these 2, and then add that middle finger down. Get it? So I want you to experiment with noodling. Again, let me know what you think. Like, leave comments. Is this kind of thing helpful to you? We can talk more about where the root falls with all these different major 7th chords. We can talk about this one, so F major 7 that can slide up. This one's a really tricky with the scale, because each finger's got to be kind of on its own, but again, James Hill does a video on this shape and how you can cheat in F major 7, so I'll share that one. And write songs with it, right? So, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I promise more covers are coming soon. I'm working on some fun ones with Red Hot Chili Peppers, getting back into some more prog tunes. So yeah, all of that's coming. And again, if you want to hear some of these kind of chill lo-fi as loops, I'll get those over on SoundCloud without all of my banter, and just be like, I don't even know if I'll do a count in, or if I do, it'll be like while I'm playing, and then you can just solo. Like,